I've actually done many tier lists on this channel so far, but never one to do with Five Nights at Freddy's, and I never thought I'd have to do one to do with Five Nights at Freddy's, but the actual animatronics in this game have intrigued me so much to the point that I actually do feel like there's a lot of merit in ranking them, but also it's kind of scary because I know a lot of people have their favorites, but it's okay because it's all down to people's opinions, and if you disagree with me, it's not going to be a bit of a problem whatsoever. We're gonna just get right into this. I'm ranking these based off of design, presence, even like their place in the story, and scariness. That's all they're getting ranked on here. Some might get ranked on weirder things than others, some might get different kind of advantages than others, but we're gonna try our best with this. And we're starting off with Balloon Boy. Balloon Boy gets a B. The first time Balloon Boy shows up in this game in Five Nights at Freddy's 2, it's actually a really terrifying moment, and it also adds a lot of strategy to the game as well. I really do like that aspect of them. I think his presence in the story and in the game itself works really well. I don't know who this is. Balloon Boy's sister, Balloon Girl. I don't even think I've even encountered them. And once. What's this? Balloon... I don't know. Some of these I won't even know. So we have Bonnie, original Bonnie, right? I think we had to put Bonnie in A, and that's the same with Chica, and that's the same with Fredbear. The reason why I'm putting the three of them in the A ranking is because I feel like it's just a classic feel. You know, it's a classic feel. These are the guys that paved the way for all of you animatronics in terms of the chronological order, not chronological order, in terms of the release order of video games. Without these guys, there wouldn't be any of the other animatronics. And also they were like, it introduced me to this game, so I have kind of like this love for them already. This is, what is this? Is that Mangle? But I don't know what is that? That's Foxy, you get up there too, for the same reason. Okay. What is this? Is this Golden Freddy? You can go in the C just because there's so many jokes about you. This is... Okay, first of all, Mangle. S. I think Mangle gets into S just because I think Mangle is actually genuinely one of the most terrifying of all the animatronics. Genuinely scared every time Mangle shows up on screen, and I actually think as well, mechanics-wise, which I think matter more than sometimes than even scares, it's horrifying. Horrifying. How it implements himself into the story, or herself, I don't know. Just a really, really cool backstory to this creature too, that they just tried to recreate a Foxy, I think it is, and instead made this like weird mangled creature. Didn't get to encounter you. People are gonna be like, what the hell, Calvin? Didn't get to encounter this once. This is, I believe, Five Nights at Freddy's 4 Chica. C. And the reason why this one goes into C, as Five Nights at Freddy's 4 Chica, where's Five Nights at Freddy's 4 Bonnie? Is that you? I think it's you. Is because while Five Nights at Freddy's 4 is terrifying, and probably the most terrifying of the original 4, I think that the Bonnie and Chica designs aren't as iconic. And that's just my feeling on the matter anyway. I think they're not as iconic as they could be, in my opinion. Speaking of iconic, let's talk about the toy Chicas. The toy animatronics. Going in the S rank for the Yams. And then I'm gonna put U and B. And U and B as well. I love the toy redesigns of some of the animatronics, and also the toy Bonnie is actually really cool as well. And I just think purely on design, I put them in the B ranking. Obviously Chica has to go into the A ranking because of the Yams and the butts. But please someone get the joke, because if not, it's just going to be me talking about toy Chica's butt for this whole time. But yeah, I think a really cool redesign for these animatronics, and it also makes, because they're so clean, it also leads to stuff like Foxy and you and you, right? And you being all the more horrifying. Because we've seen these clean versions of these creatures, we get this throwback kind of the original guys that were coming after us, and this time they looked effed up. And it really is just these clean animatronics making these guys look even crazier. It's mental. It's so cool. I don't know, I love them quite a bit. I don't know what these first two are. I really don't, or this one is. I'm just so confused. Oh, this is the thing that was going to be made on the bed. I'm going to put an F because we didn't encounter it. Again, the ones that we didn't encounter. Oh, these are like... Are they? Wait, which one's Acorn Boy? Oh, this one here, the little plushie of Springtrap. Is that what it's called, Springtrap? Man, I love this little thing. And I think that because it has such a small ass part of the game, aspect I was gonna say, and it sounds like I said small ass of the game. I think that's why, like, it leaves such an impression. Like, I love the mini game in this game, and also I love the idea of like a smaller Springtrap, especially since you had played the game beforehand with Springtrap. I think that that really would be a cool moment to see. I wish I kind of played them years apart in a way, but it's kind of cool to see that this is another thing that can happen in the game too. Springtrap, S. Loved this little creature when we first played the Five Nights at Freddy's 3. The design is really cool. It's really, really scary. The way it moves around is really, really terrifying through the vents also. And I think that also because it's like the only animatronic you have to worry about, it really carves its own way, being in its own little video game. Don't you agree? And I think these are all from the same game. And I'm just going to be honest. Aren't these all from Five Nights at Freddy's 3? They didn't have the same presence. They didn't have the same presence. They just didn't. Right? Because of they were only there to like scare you and go eh, every once in a while, they didn't have the same oomph, at least in my playthrough, that they did in the up here. Like, you can't compare these guys to how cool they are in this in the B section or the A section. But that being said, Golden Freddy, or Fredbear I think he's called. I'm gonna put Fredbear in the B section, A section, B section. And that once again is because a terrific final boss. Really, really cool design. The only reason I wouldn't put an A or S is because if you're comparing it to the other creatures who are an A and S, I just feel like these are like such classics. Such classics. And then the top guys, which we're joking putting Tochika in the top slot, but it's funny. I think Mangle and Springtrap are like my favorite designs. And I'm going to put these guys, I don't quite remember what these are. Like, are they... guys I didn't encounter or something like that? I'm not sure, but this is not because they're bad, it's because I don't really know where to put them. Regardless of anything though, I really think that this is like the bunch. This is the bunch of guys, and this is my rankings. If you disagree with the rankings, let me know. I don't know, I feel like this is where I would put them, personally. They're all great designs in their own way. But again, like, even though these are great designs on rank D, they were put down because of their presence. Rank C, I think, is kind of the same thing. They didn't have the same, amazing, memorable aspect to them that they do in their other games. And I feel like, as well, with the C section here, and with where Fredbear is also, the reason why 4, it's scarier is because you don't get to see these guys as much. But the reason why these games aren't as scary like the first one, you get to get a good look at all these animatronics, and you get to grow, like, really attached to them in a way. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you very soon. Bye-bye.